What's up, y'all? Welcome back to that THCtemple though. But check this out, man. Y'all may be wondering why I'm half naked. It's because I just came from a run, man, and I need to take a shower because I'm fat and sweaty. But check this out. Hopefully I don't get a flag for nudity or whatever, because you know what I'm saying, I got my nipple showing or whatever. I got my man's nipples different from female. Well, I don't need to ask that question. This nipple looks nothing like a female. Either way, put it this way. Today I got a story for y'all, man. And this is a story. If you ever thought that I was a cool dude, like a super cool guy, you know, like when you look at the, the kid TV shows or movies and shit, and there's like the stereotypical cool dude, and he has like a leather jacket, he's riding a skateboard or some shit like that. Well, if you ever thought I was that cool, man, this story may take me down a few pegs. Because this is a story of how I catfished my own girlfriend. Let's get into it. Now, if you don't know what catfishing is, which about 1.5% of you don't, catfishing, but we don't leave anybody, no child left behind here at the THCtemple, but, or senior citizen, whichever way you are. Child citizen, you don't get left. Either way, catfishing is the act of making a fake profile online and basically impersonating that person. Not even impersonating that person. Being yourself. And, just having other different information. So, you may be asking, and usually people do that in order to get the girlfriend, or in order to this and that. So you may be wondering how I did that to my already girlfriend. Well, check this out, man. So it was a cold day in September. No, actually, really, it's not that complex. It was this was me and this girl, we were dating. I was in high school, and me and this girl, we were dating for months. We were on and off. You know what I'm saying? We were always on and off. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those relationships that started off like, ah, la, like you just put a ring on it, like, puppy love and, what do they call it, newlyweds and all that type of shit. Yeah, it was all like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking like Biggie said, shit was all, who said that? Shit was all good just a week ago. You know what I'm saying? Shit was all good just a week ago type shit, or just a month ago, and then shit would, dip and dabble. But either way, I would say at the end of the day, it was a good relationship. Long story short, though, it got to a point in the relationship, man, we would argue all the time. You know what I'm saying? We just literally, and we would still, because, throughout the relationship, we would talk on the phone, all the time. See each other at school and go on dates and all this stuff, and, other stuff. But, talking on the phone, you know what I'm saying? We would always talk on the phone. She would be able to talk to me, and I'd listen and talk back. I would say I was a good boyfriend. I would say I was. Either way, it got to a point where we would talk on the phone, and she would basically just, like, we would just get into arguments. Like, as soon as we pick up the phone, she'd be like, why you pick up so quick? Why you ain't let it ring 3-4 times? Like, you know what I'm saying? We would get into arguments over every fucking thing. So, it was just getting into that sour patch. But, you know what I'm saying? She was still the boo. She was still my bae. That was my girl. And either way, it came to a point where, she had an Instagram page. And her Instagram, she was, of course, if you ask me, because I dated her, she was a very beautiful girl. You know what I'm saying? She was very attractive, so to say. You know what I'm saying? And she had some features that were very attractive. You know what I'm saying? So to say. Attractive, if you get what I'm saying. Either way, so she would get a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? A lot of attention on the regular, a lot of attention on the regular. Like I said, on the Instagram page one day, she would just post, regular pictures, la da dee, la da da. But that's why I say, even, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're a girl, you can get you an Instagram page, and if you want to become a model or you want to make some money or something, just take some pictures. Like I said, you don't even got to show tits and ass no more. Now you just take pictures, like, put a caption up there, like, oh, I love you all. There's a lot of guys like, oh my god, kick. You know what I'm saying? Just, that's what it is. Either way, in the comment section one day, it was a fellow. He hopped over there, just some random dude, and I forgot what he said. Oh yeah, he said, and like, you know, said some stuff, la da dee, la da da. Either way, it was laced at the end with, "Are you single?" or something like that. And so back in this time, like I said, I was in high school, you know, I had me a little attractive girlfriend, whoop de whoop, whoop de whoop, probably feeling myself, what the old folks call it, you know, smelling yourself, smelling your nuts, either way, whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling very cocky, not even very cocky, you know what I'm saying? But either way, I was just like, "Hey, man." I said, "Yeah, she does." I said something to that effect, you know what I'm saying? Haha, like, "Yeah, man, what's next?" I played the boyfriend Pokemon card. Like I said, very immature of me at the time. But either way, nothing happened. He didn't reply to it, but I think I didn't go to that picture. I didn't go back to the picture to see if he replied. I just went back. Either way, went back to the picture, and my comment was gone. So I was confused. So you know what I did? I wrote it again. So, after the comment got deleted, I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write it again. I wrote the comment again, and guess what happened? I checked periodically later, comment was gone again. So you know what? You guys don't know how Instagram rolls. There's only 2 ways your comment can get deleted. If that person that you wrote the page on blocked you, if Instagram got some beef with you, so that's 3 ways, I'm sorry. And the 3rd way, if the person, the page that you wrote it on deleted the comment. And I wrote it on my girlfriend's page, so I knew something fishy was going on. So, what I did was, I went to Kik. If you guys don't know what Kik is text messaging, instant messaging application of the day. Back in the day, if you would have asked those people what they had that resembled Kik, they would have told you AOL, or I think that's what they used back in the day, or MySpace message. Either way, you know, instant messaging app. I went over there and I made a profile. And I made this profile, man. I made this man impeccable. I don't know who the man was. God bless his heart out there. But I just picked some guy off somewhere. I don't know if it was Instagram or somewhere. But I just picked some guy that looked like Trey Songz. Like, I picked the guy that looked like, you know, one of those guys that be in the Twilight movie. Or one of those guys that, you know, the girls go crazy for him. So I chose that page. I chose that picture to catfish with. And on Kik, you don't need much information. Just need a picture, username, and you can go ahead. So, I added my girlfriend on Kik. And then, you know, I was just hitting her up like, "Hey, what's up?" So now, it started out, you know, very innocent, so to say. And it never got rated R anyway. But it started off, like I said, you know, "Hey, who is this? Where did you come from?" A lot of, you know, just type of messages like that. And I had I was like, okay, oh wow, you know, I was feeling like a dick. I was like, wow, I'm catfishing my own girlfriend, and she ain't even doing nothing to me. Either way, a long conversation short. It was fucking, I don't know, I feel like a crackhead right now. But either way, she fucking, I got to a point, I kept trying to run her into the wall. I can't lie, I was a horrible dude, because I kept trying to run her into the rat hole. I kept, "Hey, send me some pictures. Hey, you do this. Hey, would you do that? Why did I? You do?" And it got to a point, she did send me some pictures. She sent the catfish some pictures. But she didn't send me any nudes or nothing like that. But she did send me, you know, some pictures. And they weren't like rated G. They were pretty PG-13. And there were pictures that she had sent me before. So then, you know, it became that. I was like, oh, you know, I was loading up my ammo. And that's the worst part about it. I wasn't so to the point where like, oh my God, she's cheating on me. I was, like I said, we were in that arguing part of our relationship. I was like, oh yeah, boy, I got this bitch now. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to go hard and run her into the ground. So fucking, like I said, I got the pictures and, you know, just types of stuff like that. And it was one time, like, it was one day where she was texting me, not catfishing me, and she was like, oh, I gotta go, I'm doing some chores. But then she started texting the other guy, you know what I'm saying, on the Kik. So I was like, oh man, I really got her now. And so either way, like I said, nothing really, it's not like she's like, oh my God, I'm gonna blow you or anything, you know, crazy like that. But it was just, you know, a little bit of light flirting. PG-13 flirting. Shit, it can be PG flirting. But enough flirting to argue about, to make a fuss. Because she was one of those controlling girlfriends. She didn't even want me to have girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, it was one of those type of things. So it was easy to argue with. Either way, this will be the 3rd time if I said long story short. Put it to it, because this is the end of the story. When I finally came up to him and was like, you know, because we were talking on the phone. This was like probably a couple of days after. And we were talking on the phone, and I was just giving her kind of like the cold shoulder or something like that. I was like, I don't know if I want to drop this on her or what, who. And she was like, what's wrong? What? Look. I said, nah, I ain't going to tell you. No, you don't want me to tell you. She's like, what? I played. What? And all that crazy stuff. So, because we were taking a break from arguing. We would take like 10-minute breaks from arguing and lovey-dovey, love it, and then we go back at it. But either way, then she came at me. Or she, you know, like I said, she said, lay it on me. So I said, you know what I'm saying, crack my knuckles. And I said, yeah, well, I forget what I said. I can't exactly tell you, like, bitch you. And I know I didn't, you know, go hard on her. But I basically laid out to her. And that's another thing. I didn't tell her that I had catfished her because that was fucking weird as hell at the time. It's weird now, but at least it's in the past now. I've overcame that. I'm a better man than I am, so I can tell that story. So none of you won't catfish anybody. But put it this way. I told her that my girlfriend was catfished. Not my girlfriend. I didn't tell my girlfriend that my girlfriend was catfished and I'm cheating. Either way, I told my girlfriend that one of my female cousins was catfishing her. Yeah. So check this out, y'all. Clever, right? Yeah, that's unbreakable. So basically, I told her that she had made a page because, you know, she was suspecting that, you know, whatever, boom, boom, and yeah, I basically was telling her everything that she told my catfish page. You know, everything, all the text and all the little, like I said, all the little PG and PG-13 flirts and all the pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, I was laying it on her. And you won't believe what happened next. She fucking flipped on me. She screamed, beamed, flamed, and gleamed, and yeah, like, what? You motherfucking, babe. She didn't believe none of the horse shit about my cousin, which was basically, like I said, that was a stupid lie anyway. She got mad as fuck. She was basically like, cause like I said, she's a very, I couldn't have girlfriends, so how you gonna be kicking and blicking and flicking people? That was basically my whole point of what I was saying. And she was like, it don't matter. No, fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was all types of crazy stuff. Like, she wanted me to get rid of end my friendship with one of my girlfriends. Like I said, a girl that was a friend. You know what I'm saying? She wanted me to end my relationship with her, my friendship with her, just because, you know, she came out of nowhere. So she was that type of girlfriend, and she basically blew up at me on that. And yeah, basically after like 2 more hours of hardcore arguing after that, we still didn't break up after that. Like I said, it was like another week when we broke up, and you wouldn't believe why we broke up, why we officially broke up then, but we were definitely going to tell that story, and that's probably even better than this story. But either way, just wanted to tell you guys that story of how I catfished my own girlfriend, because, I mean, you guys want to know embarrassing stories, right? I think that's as embarrassing as it gets. Well, no, check this out. I got some more stuff, but we'll be unloading them over the life and times of the THCtemple. But either way, check this out, man. I love y'all. Don't ever catfish your girlfriend. Don't ever catfish your boyfriend. Don't catfish nobody. Catfishing is just weird. But either way, I mean, I guess if you gotta get some investigational information, you can get that down the pat. But either way, check this out, man. I did that, man, because at the time, I was paranoid. And at the time, my self-confidence probably wanted the highest. But you know what, man? Looking back on it, like I said, it's like shaking your head, man. But only thing you can do is not do it again. I don't know. Like I said, it was high school, man. Like I said, I had a hot girlfriend. People were trying to get her, and he was trying to get her, and she was trying to let him. So I don't know, man. But like I said, I'm growing up now, man. Girls are just, not to say girls are just girls now, but you know, I don't even have time. That was a high school relationship, you know. Now it's adults now. And adults halfway act like high school kids. But either way, man, I'm gone. So this video won't be 14 minutes. Shit, I'm almost late.